Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about my preferred rifle setups and kind of my thought process. I'm very much of the mindset of having purpose-built weapon systems available to me and that I own. So I don't have like this huge stockpile of a bunch of random different platforms to use. I'm very much of the mindset of having a purpose for each and every weapon system that I have. So I just wanted to talk about those a little bit today to just kind of show you what I do and how I do it, why I do things, right? So this rifle here is one that I built a few years ago. It has changed dramatically over the time that I've had it, but this is what it currently looks like right now, and it probably won't change anytime soon. So this is my main home defense weapon. So this is the rifle that I'm going to use in the event that I need to protect myself and my family. Kind of shit hits the fan type situation as well. This is the rifle that I'm going to grab. I have a lot of rounds through this rifle, so I'm very familiar with it. So as you can see, this is a 12.5 SBR. It has a, these are Aero Precision receivers. They're good, affordable receivers. This is what I went with at the time. And it's actually, I don't have any problems. You could say what you want about Aero, but these are good quality receivers in my opinion. So kind of starting at the front, this is a Huxworks Flow 5.56K can that I've been using for, I don't know, I want to say about 5 months now. It is an awesome can. Before I was running a much larger 30 cal can, and I was getting a lot of gas in the face, and I'm just not a fan of that. Sure, you can do adjustable this and that on a gun to avoid some of that, but this can just really handles all that back pressure and kind of puts it out the forward end of the can, so I don't get all those gases back in my face, back up my nostrils, all that stuff, lead deposits, whatever, lead from the smoke and all that good stuff, the gas. So I really like this can. It really helps the rifle perform almost as if it does not have a can on it. So yeah, I love it. Can't say anything else about it. The barrel is a Roscoe 12.5 K9 barrel that was done with Aaron Cowan, Sage Dynamics. They designed it together. It's got its own proprietary gas length on it. And again, I swapped that on this gun and it runs way better with that barrel. It's just gassed really well. It helped kind of mitigate the recoil and kind of control the rifle, make the rifle more easily controlled. So I'm really a big fan of that barrel. This is a BCM handguard. It's nice slim profile. It's got the M-lock slots all over it. It's just nice, solid lockup, all that good stuff, nice and rigid. I have rail scales on here. That kind of helps with heat when you're shooting a lot. These things heat up, the barrel heats up, the handguard heats up. These rail scales do a great job of protecting my hands if I'm not wearing gloves. So I kind of got them wrapped all the way around here, and they're just awesome. It's a very good product. This right here is a Driven Arms hand stop, and it has a nice contour to it so that when I grip my rifle, my hand goes right there and it just kind of wraps around it. It's really nice. You can also use it as kind of like a barricade stop or whatever. That's really nice. You can also grip back here, and that helps in different shooting positions to be able to do that and kind of drive forward and put forward pressure on it. That's really nice to have. Up front, I have a Cloud Defensive Rain with the 3.0 head on it. The output on this head is amazing. It is really nice. I can't say enough good things about Cloud lights. I'm a big fan of their products. This pressure switch, some people like to complain about it for whatever reason. I don't understand why, but it's a really good pressure pad. and how it helps you route your wiring so it stays out of the way is very, very nice. And then you have a tail cap switch as well that is wired in parallel. So if your pressure pad goes down, you have this as a backup, or if you have a weird grip on the rifle, whatever, or you just want to use that pressure pad, you can do that. So very, very nice. It's on an Arisaka light mount. Arisaka makes awesome products, so I really like that. This is a 1350 Millworks rifle retention band and rifle sling retention band, and I've been using those. I'm a big fan of these. The guy over there, Nick, does a really good job with his products. Super cool dude. He trains a lot. So it's always good to make friends in the industry like that. So when I need my sling, I like to retain my sling on my rifle. It might not be for you, but if I put this rifle in my truck, I don't want the sling flopping all over the place, getting hung up, snagged on things if I have to deploy it. Same thing when I put this in, store my rifle in the room or in the closet or whatever I put my rifle, or the safe. I don't have slings hanging up on other rifles and then everything piles out at one time. I can just keep it stowed and then rip it and it's there. Of course, this is our standard rifle sling in multicam black. Coming down to the receiver, again, Aero Precision receiver sets. There is a Radian bolt carrier group in here. This thing has, man, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 rounds through it. No problems out of that thing. It's been very, very solid. I like it. It's very good. All the mag release button and the bolt catch, bolt release lever over here is Forward Control Designs. They're dimpled, and so they have a lot of texture, and I really like that. You're able to get a nice purchase and no slip on it. That's useful. I like them. Radian ambidextrous safety. I like ambidextrous, and it's got a 45-degree throw, which is nice. Makes things nice and easy and fast. Some guys don't like that. If they're running a bunch of kit, and you might accidentally throw your safety or on a transition or whatever, you might want to run the 90-degree throw, which you can do that. B5 grip. I like these B5 grips. They have a nice angle on them. It puts my trigger finger exactly where I want it. And that's a big deal for me. And you can kind of see the rifle behind me. Just to reference the grip, this rifle behind me has the exact same B5 grip on it. I just like things to kind of be the same. So whenever I go grab one of my rifles, it feels the same. The safety selector on this rifle is very similar as well as far as how it functions ambidextrous as well. This is a Geisley two-stage. It's the SDC, the Super Dynamic Combat Trigger. It's two-stage. I like having that slack that I have to pull out of the trigger till I get to the wall, and then I can break the shot. That's just preference. That's what I like. I can shoot it fast if I want to shoot it fast, or I can take nice, slow, calculated shots if I need to do that. Single stage triggers, I tend to, you end up bump firing them inadvertently. I don't really like that. This trigger just feels nice and safe to me, and I'm comfortable with it. So again, that just comes down to preference. Moving up, Radian ambidextrous charging handle. Again, same charging handle on this weapon platform back here. It's just what I like. Nice big area for purchase. I haven't had a problem on this snagging on anything. So that's nice. This is a Unity Tactical riser, 224, 225, whatever, riser with a Aimpoint T2. I used to run nothing but Holosun, and I had a little issue with one of my Holosuns, and it was flickering on and off, whatever. I was able to fix it, and they have good customer service over there at Holosun. I'm not saying that all Holosun is bad, but this is my like shit hits the fan gun. This is my main go-to gun. So I wanted a very dependable, reliable optic that I could depend on. So I went with the Aimpoint T2 on that. Going back, I have a 3x magnifier. So I was not a fan of magnifiers, but after taking some advice from Mike at Precore and Fred at Counting Coup, taking a class with those guys, I became a believer in the 3x magnifier for your short carbine. This does not live on here. Most of the time it stays in my pack that I have with me every single day. I carry it everywhere. It stays in there. If I need it, it's got a quick release lever. I grab it, throw it on there if I need it. So to save some weight, I can take it off or whatever, or you can leave it. But after taking that class with Mike and Fred and understanding the eye box with a magnifier and how you can use that scope ring, that black ring that's around inside of the magnifier, how you can use that to make sure you can use it to make sure you're level, make sure you're centered within that optic, and you can also use it as a way to kind of measure a little bit. But I just really am a fan of using a magnifier now on a red dot. I'm not worried about the eye box or any of that stuff. The way that they taught it was just super awesome, and I could be telling you something completely wrong about that, but that class just really solidified me using a magnifier and keeping one handy. So going back, I have this rifle has the Voltor A5 buffer system in here with a Springco green spring, and I believe it's the A5 H2 buffer in here, and with a combination of this buffer, this spring, this buffer tube, rifle length buffer tube, the K9 barrel, and the Huxworks can, this rifle just runs really smooth and really nice, and to me very flat for a 12.5-inch gun. So that's kind of it. B5 stocks, as you can see, I like B5 furniture. This stock just has a nice cheek weld on it. It has a nice pad on the back of it. It's a vertical pad as well, which is important to me. There's no angle to it. I like having the vertical stock butt pad, so my presentation is just nice. I just really like not having that weird angle on my stock. And as you can see, the rifle behind me, it has the same B5 stock on it. Well, it actually has the larger version on it. So this is my go-to rifle setup, and like to go back to the purpose-built things, I don't like to have a whole bunch of random stuff that I don't have experience with. I like to have a few go-to rifles that I can grab and then I train with and I'm familiar with, knowing how to use that and manipulate that rifle. The one behind me is more of a distance carbine type setup. So I'm gonna be using it for hopefully some quantified performance matches with gas gun competitions, with long range shooting with 5.56. So it's very similar. Rail scales, cloud light, B5 furniture. It has the same trigger, like I said. The safety selector is very similar. It has forward controls, parts all over it. Reptilian mount with the Razor 1 to 10 on it, and the Holosun 509T mounted to the top. That optic has been very solid for me. Like I said, it's a Holosun, but it's been super, super reliable. But it is the secondary optic on the rifle. But it's nice to be able to have that on top. You can kind of reference whatever you're shooting at, and then you can dive back down into your 1 to 10 to shoot that distance. Stay on top so you can kind of see everything if you need to, or then move back down. But I can also grab that rifle and move through a house with it if I need to, because it has that optic on top of it. I'm not just stuck with that LPVO. If that happens to be the rifle that I have with me at the time, I can still use it moving through a building or a house if I need to. Very similar setup up front, like I said. This is a KGM R556 can. It is another flow-through style suppressor that I really like. The sound is really nice. It's just a little bit heavier than this Huxworks can. So that's why this is going, it went on the heavy gun, right? So as you can see, it's on a tripod. I'm gonna be bagging it, shooting off a tripod, whatever, shooting distance. So that's why this rifle is set up this way. That is the rifle that I'm gonna use if I really want to push out 500, 600, 700 meters. This is the rifle that I'm going to use. But with this rifle, if I need to, I have the magnification to get out there and make those hits if I have this rifle with me. So guys, I hope this is helpful to you on maybe some of the mindset, or maybe some parts and pieces that you're curious about. If you have any questions about why I have things set up or where I have things positioned the way that I do, please feel free to reach out. The submission form on the website, it can get forwarded to me and I can answer your emails, or shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll be happy to help, guys. Thank you for checking out the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Have a good day.